Okay, so it's terrible that the proliferation of the red pill movement is so strong, especially with the internet and the global community. But women are globally sharing these stories and trying to highlight these red flags of these red pill people to warn people. So this was posted in the Two Hot Takes subreddit. She says, relationship advice, about to uproot my whole life to a new country, but I think he's been red pilled. She says, I'm 20. She's 20, he's 22. She says, I have been with my partner for 2.5 years. We've done long distance the whole time, but I've gone to see him every 4 months for a month since we met. I finally felt things were stable in my life and was ready to make a big change. So I'm going to be an English teacher in his country for a year. I'm supposed to leave in 3 days. But tonight, we had a FaceTime conversation that has thrown up red flags for me left and right. He started talking about some videos and podcasts he's been seeing recently and how he's learned a lot. I asked for more information because I love podcasts and I'm always open to recommendations. He explained that these guys do a lot of education about biology, reproduction, and the differences between men and women. Uh-oh, what differences might those be? Well, he started out with women who've had many actual partners lose the ability to bond deeply with their destined mate, and that promiscuous women have no repercussions for their actions, aka they get pregnant, have a baby, and then leave the father of their child so they can receive child support and take everything he has. That's why I'm not a feminist. In his country, it is true that there have been many cases of women leaving their spouse or partner when they have kids and the partner ends up homeless because the law is strongly in favor of keeping mothers and children together and will allow them to go after any assets he might possess. Obviously, this is not a universal truth and is filled with fallacy. I fear this has significantly affected his ideas about partnership and family dynamics. That point of view, combined with the podcast called The Red Pill, seems like a very vulnerable and impressionable spot to be in. In the 2.5 years that I have known him, he has never spoken like this or consumed any related media that I know of. Neither have his friends or family. However, he asked his brother while we were on the phone, and his brother responded by saying that feminism means something different here. It's so women can do what they want and not face consequences. They abuse their power. At this point, I almost laughed out loud, but they truly thought they were being insightful and profound. That's what worries me, is the whole conversation. He would explain all these ideas, and then I would counter question in a valid way, i.e., we don't know if there were domestic issues within that relationship. Women, including myself, have been assaulted. Do you think we're less able to bond with romantic partners because of something against our will? And when I did that, he would stop and think before responding that, of course, he doesn't think that way about me, that I'm different, I'm his princess, and he can never see me in such a way. So I asked him why I was any different, and he couldn't give me an answer. All of this was done in his language, so my brain was working really hard to translate and process both ways. It was exhausting. Shortly after that, our conversation ended. I know exactly how it looks and sounds. I feel trapped and scared because I'm about to embark on the biggest life decision I've ever made for myself. I've spent so much time planning this, every minute, every minute detail one could think of. But a red pill boyfriend 3 days before I'm set to leave was nowhere in my preparations for what if scenarios. I'm at a loss. This is simply a massive incompatibility, even accounting for vast cultural differences, life experiences, and the language gap. He told me he wants to keep talking about this. And I told him that we can, and that I would also be sending him some information of my own, including videos, published research studies, and first person narratives. He agreed, but this feels wrong now. My idea of what this entire year would look like is different. I think I have the courage to move away, Being a language teacher is a dream of mine, even if I'm single and lose a group of friends I made there, because I'm so excited. Advice, insight, and encouragement are all welcomed and appreciated. Thank you, Reddit friends. Okay, so then people started asking her questions. She put some more information in there. She said, I will be student teaching for the first 5 weeks in a town about 4 hours from where my boyfriend lives. I have safe accommodation there. And on my last visit in July, I met the director of the school as well as my teacher trainers and host mom. I think I will still be going to my student teaching position and will adjust my plans for afterwards according to how things play out with my boyfriend. Edit to add, I am about, oh, okay, this is just too long, don't read. So I'm not going to do that part. But I'm glad that she's not specifically moving for her boyfriend. She's moving for a job. And that is good. She's not going to be financially dependent on him, which is a good thing. She's not stuck. She's not going to be controlled. And her eyes are already open. So she is already seeing the red flags and speaking on them. So I don't think that she's going to allow him to take her down. Mountain Dew Baca Blast says, oh, he's letting the mask slip because he thinks your plans are set in stone. He's got you and you can't get away. It will get worse. Send that breakup text before you meet face to face. See if you can change things like your flight time. I don't think that that's a good idea. Send that breakup text before you meet him face to face. If you're going to break up, don't meet him face to face. Okay, I'm sorry. See if you can change things like your flight time. Reach out to the organization you're teaching with to see if there's an assignment you may be able to swap to. Yeah, this is a bit paranoid, but my hackles are well and truly up on your behalf. So this is the OP, and we've already done the edited information when I read the post. This person says, doesn't matter what happens if you go visit him and things go sideways, or if he decides to pay you a visit even after you break up. You will be isolated on a foreign country without any social backup, no friends, no family. This country you are moving, is it even women friendly, or do you have any idea if that country law enforcement would actually do anything to protect you if the need arises? You won't be in a safe situation. You're better off changing your plans at this time. And the OP says, due to each of our schedules and the 4 hour distance, we hadn't planned to see each other while I'm teaching. Ultimately, I don't know if he would try to find me if we break up, and that's a risk. The country is incredibly tourist friendly and generally wants to maintain a positive image and reputation when it comes to foreigners and their experiences. It is also recommended among female solo traveler groups and articles. I feel confident in my overall safety being there. So at least she's saying that. It does not sound like, from the comments that she's made, that she is dead set on breaking up. She is going to talk to him first. So, and that's what this person says. I mean, you seem dead set on going, so I don't know what to tell you. I do see that his brother, I think, did give you a hint that feminism here is seen different. Women use it to do what they want. Women abuse that power. Seems the society there might be a bit red pilled overall, so be prepared for that. I would say that you should break the relationship before moving, though. If the guy blows up on you, you're better off being far away on a different country than only 4 hours away. So that's what they're saying. A lot of people were saying run. I am just going to leave it at that. But the whole point in me doing this is I'm so glad that we're seeing the red flags. Women are seeing the red flags. We're sharing these red flags with others so that we can touch more and more women, younger and younger. It is perfectly fine to uproot and move, but do it like this woman. Have a job. Don't necessarily be moving for a man. Don't be moving for a man. Move for a job, move for yourself, and don't get bogged down in a relationship so young. All right? Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.